All right, Terra Luna community unveils 3 drivers of UST demand. If you have already subscribed, drop a comment, hit the bell, and get your latest news. So, the ecosystem of the high performance smart contract platform Luna or Terra Luna is ready to onboard 3 different protocols that might set new highs for the Terra Luna USD. And a community activist actually claims this. Now, leverage trading and collateral options, potential catalyst for the UST, right? So, a Terra Luna supporter, Luna underscore Studia underscore on Twitter, published a thread to cover hotly anticipated decentralized finance protocols that can inject new interest. Now, it was exactly UST demanded will skyrocket when these 3 projects are launched. A quick summary of the most anticipated projects on Luna, she said. Now, the first protocol is to offer trustless community-controlled platforms for leveraged products on Terra Luna. Its clients will be able to trade perpetual swaps and leverage indexes that are protected by an auto rebalancing mechanism. The second protocol is going to allow crypto holders to mint options on Terra Luna using different cryptos as collaterals. UST tokens will be accepted here for that token incentive program. Now, clients are going to be able to utilize UST liquidity to farm yield on Anchor Protocol and most popular stablecoin staking instruments in the entire DeFi segment, they said. So, UST breaks into the big 3. Bitcoin euphoria continues, right? So, the last protocol will bring DeFi and Forex markets together, and it's going to offer leverage trading for various stablecoins, including those with non-USD stablecoins. This actually can bring Terra closer to unlocking the $6 trillion Forex trading segment. Now, it was covered by You Today previously that the stablecoin UST surpassed Binance US dollars and became the 3rd largest stablecoin. Now, only the USDT and USDC have greater market caps. Now, flipping makes amid an unparalleled Bitcoin purchasing campaign started by Terra Luna, Dogecoin. Next news we have the RSS3 Raises Funding Round to expand decentralized protocol for the web feed content distribution. So, a next generation protocol building decentralized web feed for content distribution across blockchains announced a new round of funding. So the RSS3 indexes and connects the cyber existence in the era of Web3 and is working toward the vision of enabling platformless media and applications. So the traditional web architecture, that RSS protocol standard allows applications to access updates to websites in a standardized format. So it's going to allow users to keep track of different websites in a single aggregator and going to take away the need to manually check each site. No need to receive updated information on Web3, and users have to check sites individually. So more and more data is migrating across chains, and that's actually requiring complex and cumbersome efforts on behalf of users and application devs to gather data from across each chain and the native wallets. Blockchain explorers and applications in order to gather new information and tracking updates. Now, the RSS is aggregating all of the data into one single feed, which is going to make it much, much easier for Web3 developers and users to keep track of many different network assets and even in the events in one single feed. So, now the round was led by CoinShare Ventures with participants from Coinbase Ventures, Dragonfly Capital, Mask Network, Hashkey Group, Fabric Ventures, Airweave, Dapper Labs, Avalanche Asia Star Fund, UB Capital, Headline Formless Capital, I'm Token Ventures, and private investors including Balaji, Srinivazan, the Jiho, and Miss Bitcoin, which is actually a lot. It's tremendously amount of different participations. So Meltem Demirors, the head of CoinShare Ventures, actually commented. He said that since the early days of the internet, we have been creating assets online. Over 4 billion internet users and 50 million online creators. And there is a massive potential for their assets to become financialized and represents on-chain via new crypto primitives. Now, RSS3 enables a future where these assets will be platformless, minimizing the monopoly that Web2 platforms have on their user behavior and enable aggregation in applications in a wide variety of new case uses such as online credentialing, certification, and more. The team members all over the world have a wealth of experience since launching 2 months ago and has indexed 18,000 users, 76,000 links, and 834,000 assets while integrating multiple blockchains, including layer 2 chains and cross chain bridges. The protocols now support assets, NFTs, activities, and content from numerous centralized and decentralized networks, including Ethereum, Mirror.xyz, Arweave, Polygon, XDAI, and Twitter, and is working on supporting projects such as Flow, Ronin, Solana, and Avalanche. Now, the predecessor, the RSS protocol, has been struggling with a centralization and restrictive platform driven approach of web led by giants like Twitter, Facebook, TikTok. All right. So the next thing we have is Dogecoin sent via RadioDoge for the first time. The core Dogecoin development team successfully sent a Doge payment 100 miles via radio waves. Now, the development means that Doge could be used to send payments to remote areas where there is no traditional financial infrastructure. The recipient used a Starlink internet connection to relay the transfer to the Dogecoin mainnet, meaning an internet connection was still needed to complete the transaction. Timothy Stebbing said, I just listened to the history being made from 810 miles, and I listened to Et Michelium send the first RadioDoge TXN forms with lib Dogecoin, transmit over HF to Starlink node, and get executed on the blockchain. How cool is that? That's super fantastic, actually. The transaction was heard over 800 miles away as the director of the Dogecoin Foundation listened in the signal. The software behind the transaction is called Project LibDogecoin. The project is based library protocols that act as building blocks for Doge projects, and Dogecoin developer Michelium confirmed that there will also be a low-cost open-source hardware implementation in the future to allow the wider community to transact via radio. Still, global chip shortages are holding this back at the present, and the demo has undoubtedly highlighted Dogecoin's potential utility. The original meme coin has been hailed by Elon Musk, of course. All right, Brian Armstrong. Apple does not allow features that make phones crypto friendly. Now, a recent episode of Superstream Podcast, the Coinbase's CEO, Brian Armstrong, chastised Apple for potential antitrust issues. So he came on the Superstream Podcast on the 20th of April, discussed the current situation of cryptocurrency and entrepreneurship and Coinbase. And before going on to criticize Apple, he said that the crypto investors would be the day to able to utilize crypto-compatible devices with special hardware characteristics built in. He claimed that Apple so far has not really played nice with crypto, saying that the business had disallowed a number of features that they wanted in the app, but Apple would not allow. So Apple so far really played nice with the crypto. They have actually banned a bunch of features that we would like to have in the app, but they just won't allow it. So there's potential antitrust issues there. That's what he said, quote. Now, when asked if Coinbase would either release its own hardware wallet, he revealed some information. He said that the company already has a co-branded hardware wallet with Ledger, but that two big mobile operating systems need to expand their ecosystem. Now, crypto-compatible phones are good for crypto, so when asked if Coinbase would create its own hardware wallet, he said he doesn't think most users would carry a separate wallet just for Bitcoin. He says that most people would prefer to use something built into their phones. However, he does believe that big tech like Apple does not allow functionality that would be required to make a user-friendly phone-based wallet feasible. Now, Armstrong does not really tell which features have been banned. He does warn that crypto-compatible phones will be required in the future and that they may become popular. This isn't the first time Armstrong really said he wasn't really happy with Apple. He noted that Apple's App Store policies impede Bitcoin creation, of course. Coinbase stock slides to all-time low amid the NFT Marketplace beta rollout. So, the development came as the beta version of the company's long-awaited NFT Marketplace released in beta. Now, 2 days after it launched that marketplace, Coinbase stock fell pretty sharply. Now, the company announced plans to enter NFT back in October of last year, and over 1.5 million people signed up for the waitlist. Now, the beta launch kicked off on April the 20th. And during this time, Coinbase stock has been, consecutively dipping lower since the beginning of the month. This is actually according to the data from Yahoo Finance, though. and the beta launch this week did not change that trajectory. Friday, coin touched a low of $131.25 and later closed at $131.52. Now, everyone can access the website at this point, but the beta launch, only a few select clients can actually buy and sell Ethereum-based NFTs, with, of course, payments in Ethereum. Now, the company plans to integrate other blockchains later on in the future, and they're going to add some unique features that will allow users to actually engage more on that. Now, a senior research analyst named John Todaro, he's that analyst at Needham and Company, said that the real question is whether or not the NFT marketplace will succeed, and everyone for months that was coming. He said, quote, investors are now looking for, can you really scale it? Can it do volume? Can it really compete with OpenSea? This is what he told The Block. Is it really going to add revenue versus is it just going to launch and maybe fizzle out? Now, Coinbase is facing competition not only from OpenSea and looks rare, but which they dominate the market this time, but they also, from major crypto exchanges like FTX.us and Binance, have also launched NFT marketplaces last year. He also went on to say, we remain bullish on the stock. We think it's fundamentally very attractive, he said, and if they can get to the scale, I think it's really going to add to the stock. A report that was published in February, JMP Group, pretty much said the same thing, that Coinbase might benefit from the NFT marketplace in the long run, stating that the company is investing in a number of areas that may not have as much of an immediate impact, but should contribute materially to longer-term revenues, including the forthcoming NFT platform. Jeff Dorman said that since the NFTs are a whole still not widely loved or accepted by TradeFi, we believe that you'll need to see the real transaction for numerous quarters before any equity analysis give Coinbase credit for it. Now, according to Dorman, Coinbase's lower than expected multiple is a part due to the expectation that their trading fees will keep going down, and the decline in retail has added extra pressure. He continued to argue that until Coinbase subscription and services business line up to make a larger portion of the revenues, Coinbase will continue to suffer in low volume, low retail environments, Dorman said. All right, Ross Ulbricht to pay off government debt with $3 billion in Bitcoin. Now, according to the filing, the tranche of Bitcoin Gold, Bitcoin Gold and Bitcoin SV are nearly $3 billion and will be forfeited to the government. The agreement stipulated that the proceeds from the sale of the assets will go towards covering the money judgment part of Ulbricht's sentence and any other purpose given to it. They said Ulbricht further relinquishes all rights, title, and interest in 69,370 Bitcoin and agrees that said property shall be forfeited to the United States and disposed of according to by law of the United States. The assets originated from the efforts of government investigators in the Justice Department in 2020. The government confiscated the 69,000 Bitcoin from a hacker who exploited the Silk Road Marketplace. The Silk Road Marketplace was notorious for facilitating sale of drugs and other illegal items, and called for the modern darknet marketplace, they called it. Now, it operated from 2011 until it was finally shut down in 2014 by the FBI. Now, Ulbricht continues to appeal his life sentence. Since 2015, Ulbricht has been serving a life sentence for his role in funding and operating the marketplace. However, he's been appealing to that term of sentence with this statement. He said, we are very, the reports from Ulbricht, the programmer's mother, who has been championship of the advocacy efforts, said in the settlement that we're very pleased that the financial penalty that was wrongly imposed on Ross has been reversed, just as other false charges against him were dropped in federal court after trial, she said. Now, Ulbricht has been garnering up support for this appeal case within prison. So far, he carried out 2 auctions of his NFT digital art pieces, and the proceeds of the auction has been going to his case and philanthropy efforts as well. That's all I have for the news for today. Guys, subscribe, drop a comment, hit the bell, and get your latest news in cryptocurrency. And I will see you, ladies and gentlemen, next time.